Hello guys, welcome to Start with Kings. In today's video, I want to talk about SpaceX. We have a lot to cover in this video, so if you need to chill, great, at least 30 minutes of your time to listen to this, as this will definitely help you make some good money. We're going to talk about SpaceX. They are looking to go public um, on June 11th to June 12th. So those are the 2 days that they are looking to go public next month. And there are some stocks and some ETF that I'm looking, um, that have a lot of potentials to go crazy when this SpaceX goes public. And we're gonna get into all of that. For now, we're gonna dive into some Nvidia. I made a video last week, and I told you guys that Nvidia earnings was gonna be a good opportunity for anybody there to make money. That was as of last week. I made that video before Friday, and I told you guys that I'm looking at a lot of possibility for Nvidia to beat their earnings and what I was planning to do. And like I said, I'm not a financial advisor, so whatever I say, it's not a suggestion for you to buy or sell any of these stocks. As you guys can see, today is May 20, 2026. They reported their Q1 earnings for 2027, and as you guys can see right here, Wall Street expected them to report about 78.9 billion, but they end up beating their earnings to about 81.61 billion. So they actually beat their earnings. So what I'll be expecting, as you guys can see, they've been doing this for over the years. A lot of their earnings, they'll be beating their earnings. And this is Mumu. This is a good resource that you can actually use. They have a lot of good information here that can help you make good decisions if you're looking into investment, or if you're new into investment, or if you're ready to investing. Then these are some good players that you can actually look at. All of this information, because it's going to help you make good decisions on what to expect. But with all that being said, let's go into the chart. As of last week, when I made a video, I told you guys that we were going to have some correction towards the downside. And if you were to get into some puts, would have made money towards the downside. But as you guys can see, we had this quick correction, towards the downside, which we end up bouncing around 218 thereabout. This is on the daily time. So with a good earnings that they just did today, what I'll be expecting coming into tomorrow, if the market end up opening somewhere around here, I'm gonna give you guys two directions of what I'm looking at. Um, if we end up opening above this, within this range below 236, any price range around this zone, I'll be expecting us to push the price towards breaking this all-time high, which was around 236. And if we end up breaking this level of resistance before Friday, then coming into next week, I'll be expecting us to be, you know, like to push the price towards 252, and possibility of us pushing towards 260, is actually there for Nvidia to actually hit this 260 price range before, going to some correction, then moving into the upside again. But this is what I'm looking at coming in tomorrow. If we end up gapping up somewhere around here, so if we gap up, that means I'll be expecting a gap somewhere around here tomorrow. Then, for us pushing this price above this gap, then anything around somewhere here, then this is what I'll be expecting. But if we end up gapping above this all-time high around 236, then what I'll be expecting, if we gap towards, if we open somewhere around here tomorrow, then I'm looking at possibility of us testing, pushing the price towards this 252 tomorrow on Nvidia, and maybe have a little pullback, coming into maybe Monday or Tuesday before pushing this price towards 260 price range, which I'm expecting us to push this price towards this price range as of next week or a week after that. But this is all I have for Nvidia so far, based on their earnings. I got into some play there before yesterday, before the market closes, as of 19, which was yesterday. Before the market closed around 4 p.m., I bought a contract which I end up making a quick profit today. As you guys can see right here, this was I got into this contract day before yesterday, and already, you know, before the market opened this morning, I was already up about $650. But I'm still holding my position. I've not yet sold my position yet. Like I told you guys, I don't have to make videos every day because I'm not a daily trader. I don't trade every day except I see good opportunities and I just want to make money on that very day. Then that's when I jump in and trade. But I'm more into a long-term play. You know, I buy my play for like 7 months, 1 year, and some of my plays are for like 2 years. Some of this, option trading. But with all that being said, we make this quick profit tomorrow, which I end up buying like three positions again today before the market closes. So I'm expecting some good move towards the upside coming in tomorrow, but that's not always the play out. Sometimes a company could report a good earnings, but end up pushing back a little, pulling back down a little bit before making that move. But whatever the case, is for Nvidia, I believe we have possibility to move towards the upside. Then I'm done with that for now. Let's talk about SpaceX. This is the official website. If you want to read about SpaceX, what they do, what services they provide, and all of that. They're into launching of rocket and all anything that has to do with space. And you guys already know the person behind all of this, Elon Musk. The richest man and the brain behind all of this new space stuff. And this is the opportunity that I want to actually talk about today. And before I get into this opportunity, I want to actually talk about um, an IPO that went live. That was as of 2 months ago when I made this video on RVI. That's Robinhood funds. These funds, when I made this video was about 2 months ago. And when they launched this project, you see, as you guys can see, we came down to almost about $21. But the surprise is this has gone crazy. So when I'm making videos, you need to actually pay attention to it because some of those videos you have a lot of opportunity for you to make money moving, you know, towards some few months ahead. So when I made that video, the IPO went live, and even before the IPO went live, I made this video right here. This is my YouTube channel. So if you were to follow me, you would have gotten this information. But why I made this video because a lot of these companies before they go public, they have some private sales with some hedge funds, some big institutions, rich people, they have those opportunities to get in before they even go public. But funds like Robinhood funds like this give retail investors opportunities for them to invest into some of these private sales. So if you were to, just like SpaceX planning to go public by next month, investing into a company like this, you would like you definitely gonna make because these are companies that have some of these sales, some of these stocks, this SpaceX allocated to them. So if you invest into some of these funds or some ETF or some stocks that is related to space, then you should be making money. When I made this video, the stock price was around $21, as you guys can see right here. And if we go right here to the chart, this stock went from $21. This is the stock right here. Look at it very well. RVI. You know, this stock went almost about 212% in less than 2 months. So if you were to invest $10,000 right here, you would have made close to about $33,000 return. So meaning you would have made about $23,000. You know, so if you were to invest like 50 grand, how much do you think you would have made here? You would have made a lot of money. So when I'm making videos, I'm not just bringing videos to have followers. I'm making videos because I believe that, there's a lot of people out there that are struggling to understand how this investment strategy actually works. Excuse me. And the purpose of my video is to educate a lot of young people to start investing into some, like to start building some generational wealth. I'm more into a long-term investment. So if you're looking for get rich, like get into there and get rich tomorrow, then this is not a video for you to pay attention to. The kind of video that I make is for you to actually pay attention because it's going to educate you on what is actually going on when it comes to investment. So imagine investing when this IPO was launched around this 21. It's right here on the flat. So if you even measure from when the IPO started, that would be almost about 262%. You cannot even have 2% full 2% from your bank, having your thousands of dollars sitting right there because your bank they use your money to invest. So this video that I'm about to make right now, the next 10 minutes that I'm going to spend my time here to talk about this SpaceX and some of the stocks that I'm looking at opportunity for them to go crazy. I need you to pay attention because you could definitely make money if you pay attention to this information. Because the only difference between you and a rich person is because they have information, they have access to information that you don't have access to information. So when somebody like me and other good people out there try to make videos like this, you need to pay attention. It's not about me coming to show how much I'm making, and all of those things. Oh, sorry about that. And all of this stuff, it's not about the money. It's all about the good way of making money and how to prepare yourself, you know, to stop all this plantation so-called 9 to 5 jobs. I'm not saying 9 to 5 job is bad, but you should have a plan. You work and you save and you use some of this money and you invest. After some time, you start planning for your retirement before you're 40 or depending on whenever you want to. But this was a good opportunity. So if you feel like you've missed out of it, that's fine. But we still have more opportunities that are still coming. And one of those big opportunities is this SpaceX. This is one of the biggest IPO ever that would play in the history of IPO. So I'm going to play a video from these great people on Yahoo Finance. So after this video, then we'll continue. Then I'll go into some companies that I'm looking to make those first moves when it comes to like when the IPO goes live. Because it took me a lot of time and research for me to find out some of these companies. So I'll play this click, and after this video, then we'll talk about some of the companies and ETF that have possibility to go crazy when SpaceX goes public.
Multiple ETF issuers are gearing up for SpaceX's hotly anticipated public offering. Several SpaceX single stock long ETFs have already been filed ahead of the IPO. So let's look at how SpaceX is set to affect this market. Joining me now, Dave Nottick, president of ETF.com. He's joining me for this week's ETF report brought to you by PIMCO. Dave, it's great to see you. We've been talking about all of the sort of like ripple effects from SpaceX in the public markets, that it's going to be so huge, value at a total up to $2 trillion. So, like, big stuff. And it's so fascinating how we have started to see the index providers already get ready and change some rules so that they can go not just into those indexes, but also into ETFs. Like, what has stood out to you from this whole process?
Yeah, the big one is the changes to the Qs, the NASDAQ 100, which a lot of money tracks.
Mhm.
As of May 1st, they changed the rules for how the Qs work to allow SpaceX or any other top 40 huge company to enter the index after 15 days, which is very, very quick, and to do so with sort of an accelerated float versus how some other indexes do things. So SpaceX will enter the S&P 500 probably at about a 50 basis point, a half a percent weight. And then 15 days later, 15 days after the IPO, the Qs and every other fund that tracks the NASDAQ 100 will have to go out and buy half a percent of their fund into SpaceX. That could be something like $15 billion of demand on what we're expecting to be something like $75 billion.
You guys can hear that's coming from the ETF president. These are people that approve some of these companies before they go public. ETFs. These are companies, these are hedge funds, these are like index, like you can actually invest into and make money when some of these SpaceX they go public because they've already have some shares allocated to some of these ETFs. So if you invest into some of these stocks or ETF, you're gonna make more money because when the IPO goes live, sometimes the price are super fucking crazy. They could go public in the next like that at that very launch price, and it's like $500, $300, very expensive. So, and but if you invest into some of this ETF before this stock, the SpaceX goes public, you're definitely gonna make money. The same thing here, we come to CNBC, a lot of
Been
like
combing through this one, Leslie.
this is
About
news that is
SpaceX
trending
listing
everywhere.
its S1 public after confidentially filing about 7 weeks ago, likely to be the largest IPO ever. The ultimate offering size is expected to be upwards of 50 billion, but we won't know those details about a price and value.
Like you guys are hearing all of this. There's a lot of money, billions of dollars pumping into this X, this SpaceX IPO that is gonna go public. Now, the purpose of this video that I'm making is right now. So you have to pay attention because if you feel like you've missed out of this opportunity when this price was $21, then you don't want to miss this opportunity with this SpaceX. Now, the first company that I want to talk about that I'm looking at potentials for them to go crazy when this goes public is Rocket Lab. This is a company, and if you don't know nothing about Rocket Lab is actually a company where they build and launch small rockets. They build satellite. You understand what I mean? So they develop some largest rocket cores. The neutron for heavy payload. Like there's a lot that they do. You know, they build some of the rockets, part, you know, like the part that the rocket body has and all of that. These are what this company does. And what do you think is gonna happen to this company when SpaceX goes public? They're gonna go crazy. Now, this company right now that I'm talking about, this is their official website, so you can go here and read about them, know what they do. All what they do is anything that is related to X. This is where you need to pay attention to in this video. Now, if I go to their chart right now, Rocket Lab, as you guys can see right here, that's Rocket Lab. This is their stocks. I'm expecting a pullback on this stock before the IPO. The IPO price target that I'm looking for this stock is gonna be around $200 to maybe 250 when this IPO goes live. As you guys can see, this is a weekly chart. This is a weekly time. As of 2 weeks ago, we were sitting around $77. When the news of the filing of SpaceX and all of that started coming out, this stock went from $77 to almost about 140. Now, if we go into the daily time, we still look some move towards the upside, but it's already close to that overbought zone. So I'll be looking into some pullback coming into next week, probably next week or a week after next week. I'm looking into some corrections, and these are the key areas like key support zone that I'm expecting this to come down for a better value for you to get into some of this play. And that first key value for this one would be around price range around 215. So anywhere around 215, if we have a pullback towards this 214, 215, this will be a good opportunity for you to get into this stock. Then another opportunity of a lifetime is if we end up pulling down to uh almost about $100. This will be a good opportunity. If Rocket Lab pull back to about $100, this would be a good lifetime opportunity because when this stock goes up, when X goes public, this stock is gonna go crazy. This is number one that I'm looking into right now. So if you're looking into playing this, you have to wait for that little pullback, but you can start to dollar cost average right now. If you're looking into, if you know, okay, you don't want to wait for some of this pullback, then you can start buying some of these stocks right now. Then another one that I'm looking for, that I'm looking at is Space Mobile. Space Mobile, what these guys actually do, they build the largest satellite. Everybody use phone device, AT&T services, Verizon, all of these, you know, telecommunication companies. They're all running on the satellite. And this is a company that all of these companies they run on. You can see this is the official website, you know. So they have a lot that they're actually doing. You can see this is Google. They run on their satellite. Uh, Verizon, you see right there, AT&C for people that lives here in the US, that use some of these services. All of these services are stuff that has to do with the space. And when SpaceX goes public, companies like this, stocks like this will actually go crazy, including the military. They help government when it comes to satellite. All of this rocket launching, nuclear, launching from one location to another location. How do you think this you know these nuclear weapons, like they launch them to some of these destination works? They use satellite for all of those things. So companies like this Space Mobile is one of the companies that you really want to pay attention to when you're looking into investing when this SpaceX goes public. Before they go public, you need to start investing as of now. If we jump into their chart right here, this is their stock right here. They're still sitting around $89 as of today. As of May last month, this stock was around $63 in terms of price. Even came down to almost, yeah, $63. So these are good companies that you really want to invest into, because when those IPO goes live, those ex-IPO goes live, I'm looking at this stock hitting this $200 in terms of price, and you don't want to miss out. Just like you've missed out uh with uh with the other ones that I did with RVI. If you don't want to miss out on X, X is the biggest IPO that you want to actually be part of it. And believe me or not, you don't want to lose like miss out of this opportunity. And companies like this is a good way for you to actually go some of this, like to achieve from SpaceX when they go public. So if we end up having a pullback, where I'm expecting a good buy range would be somewhere around $77. If we have any pullback, coming into this week or next week, then the best opportunity for you to buy would be around $77, then push the price towards the upside. And when the SpaceX is launch, goes public, I'm expecting this to push, like to run crazy. This stock, they could gap up to any price range and start going crazy. But in my future target price before the end of this year or before middle of next year, I'm expecting this stock to go almost about 200 to 250 from where we are currently sitting around $89. And here are some ETF that you actually want to invest into. You know, these are ETF. This one they launched this IPO, this ETF IPO was launched on the 13th of April. So when SpaceX goes public, as you guys can see, this is Global Express Tech ETF. This ETF, whatever is going on the space, if you feel like you don't have, which I believe, which I actually know, retail investors don't have those assets to invest into some of these companies when they are having like private sales. As you guys can see, we've already broke out of this structure. We had a break of structure here, which we end up pushing this price towards the upside. I'm expecting some correction, which I believe we did a little bit before pushing towards the upside to where we are right now. If I go to, like, see, we had this correction towards, even came down to about $58. You know, now we are currently sitting around 65. I believe we still have some possibility to push the price towards the downside before making another move. But before the X goes live, goes public, I'm expecting this stock to actually run to almost about 200, sorry, about $150 in terms of price. It's going to be a lot of long, but my price target for this is going to be somewhere around $150. So if you're looking to make money, then this is my price target for this very stock right here. So I'm expecting this to go to almost $150, and if possible, push towards $200 in terms of price. So these are opportunity that you don't want to miss out. And this one is still sitting right here as of $65 in terms of stocks, or like in terms of price. This is a new IPO, just like the one that I did was sitting right here. This one was sitting right here around $48. And now you see currently we are pushing around $65. So there's never a better time. You need to start now to start investing into some of these companies before SpaceX goes public. Another stock that I'm seeing some good opportunity if you really want to make money, this another ETF. This is another stock. They call this one Destiny Tech 100. Anything, this one they have about 15 to 40% shares of X SpaceX. So if the IPO goes live, what do you think this stock is gonna do? This stock is gonna go crazy. Sometimes the chart actually communicates with you, tells you what it's about to happen. We had this push. All of this move, this stock was sitting around $28 as of April. You know, now with all the news, all the filing with SpaceX, this stock went from $28 all the way to around $71. Now we're having a pullback. This pullback right now is an opportunity for anyone to get in right now before this goes up. Because this one, I'm expecting this one to hit $200 in terms of price. 150 to 200 is my price target for this very stock. Anywhere around 150 to $200 is my price target for this very stock. And that is when SpaceX goes public because they hold about 40, close to about 40% of SpaceX shares. Do your research. Sometimes you need to create time to do research. So when people do research and come out and make some good videos that can help you make some good money, then you should respect that. So what I'm expecting right now, this is a good opportunity, which I'm still expecting some pullback, maybe towards this level around 44, but anywhere around 45, 46, 44, it's a good buy range. You can start dollar cost average. You can start buying some of these stocks right now before SpaceX IPO goes live. These are opportunities that you don't really want to miss out. Another opportunity stock that I'm looking for right now, they call it UFO. You can actually Google some of this one. This one is ETF. This is another big play when you're talking about space. Anything that has to do with space, these are the stocks. These are the ETFs. They already have their shares allocated to them. So when you invest into some of this company, when SpaceX goes public, you're definitely gonna make some crazy money. This one I'm waiting for a pullback, which I'm going to make videos in each, for each of these videos since I don't really have much time. I'm going to make some quick videos, about some of this play and where I'm looking at the price. But this one I'll be expecting a pullback towards $55, range, or if possible, we could even come down to like $50 before pushing towards the upside. And all of these stocks, they have a lot of possibilities to go crazy when SpaceX, goes live. And another one is Luna. Luna is another stock that you really have to pay attention to. This stock would actually make you a lot of money, but you need to pay attention to information because sometimes they don't come easily. These are the companies building the infrastructure when it comes to space. This is a company, satellite, everything. Look at this company like a delivering company. Every space, everything space equipment. These are the companies that move equipment from one place to one place. So these are like delivering companies. So they are the ones moving equipment, doing delivery from here to space. So what do you think is going to happen when SpaceX goes public? Companies like this, stocks like this will actually make you a lot of money. This is the official website. Go here, read about them, know what they are doing, see what this company actually do. So before you invest any of your money, whatever I say in this video is not a suggestion for you to buy or hold or sell any of these stocks. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. And for whoever that wants to make money out there, these are good opportunities for you to look into. If we go into their stock right here, this company is still sitting around $33. You can actually afford some of these stocks. $33 before they go crazy. This one I'm looking at it going to almost $100 in terms of price to 150 when the SpaceX goes public. And the good buy zone for this will be around $25 and $21 in terms of price range. Right now this has already gone up a little bit, you know. So as you guys can see right here, this has already gone up big time a little bit. So we just broke this level of structure right here, which is somewhere around here. We broke this structure here. So right now we're looking for a quick pullback, and that pullback will be these two levels that I'm looking at right here. So this, look at this company to be like FedEx and Amazon, UPS, the companies that deliver your package to your house. But this one, they deliver stuff package all the way to the moon, to the space. So whatever is going on up there, this is like a delivering company. So I believe they have a lot of room to make money. And this IPO was launched after COVID. That was 2021. And this stock price came down to like $1 as of 2023. I'm into a long-term investment. We invest and we wait for like 1 to 2 years because we have confidence in some of these companies based on what they do. I don't just buy company based on speculations. I buy company based on real life operations, what they actually do, what services do they offer to the public. So these are good opportunities that I'm expecting with this IPO of Ghost Life. So these are the companies that I'm looking into. So with all that being said, I'll make each of the videos for these companies, but for the purpose of the video for today, I'll stop here. And I just want to appreciate you guys for watching my videos, and for those that subscribing to the channel and like the video, I just want to say thank you. And I'll come up with I'll make another video with few stocks that I'm looking at potentials coming into next week by the end of tomorrow. Peace and love. Stay safe, and I'll talk to you guys later.